What's up everyone? It is Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. So today is very exciting because I am starting a little new series on my channel where I'm going to be talking with a bunch of friends who are all working post-grad right now. So they're all in different fields, different majors, different jobs, and we're basically going to have a career fair and see what their job is really like. So definitely let me know if you want to see more of these videos. So if you do like this series, definitely leave a comment down below and give this video a big thumbs up to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. And also do not forget to subscribe if you want to see more from me. So today I'm going to be joined by my friend Cathy, who is working in consulting, and she is going to tell us all about what is consulting basically. And so if you are a student applying to colleges this year, you should definitely check out Study Hall College Consulting. It's a team of myself and a few other UC Berkeley students where we specialize in reading college application essays and consulting one-on-one with students or parents who might have questions or want advice about the whole college application process. So definitely check out our website if you want to learn more. On our website also we have a free blog where we post weekly tips and tricks, so definitely check that out as well. So without further ado, let's get started with this career fair.
The most famous reindeer of all, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
Awesome. So it looks like we are recording via Zoom now. I am joined with Cathy. If you want to introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name's Cathy. I just graduated from Cal with Rachel. We were both class of 2020, and I was Econ and Data Science as like my majors. And currently I work in consulting.
You work in consulting right now. I feel like, can you give us a definition of like what does consulting entail exactly?
So honestly, I think when a lot of people say like I work in consulting, no one really knows what that means. I didn't really know what that meant until very recently. I still am not 100% sure. But basically, companies or clients will come to us with specific issues or problems or situations, I guess, and we have to try to either help them or figure out how to increase profits, revenues, or maybe if it's like a private equity firm thinking about buying a company, like all the factors that go into that. So we just basically help them do research and analysis for specific problems and then present those problems to them.
Okay, cool. So like it seems like research, a lot of talking that goes on. Can you explain like what you do on a daily basis? Like what does your day-to-day life look like?
So basically on a day-to-day basis, it's different every single day, and it depends on what kind of project you're on. So just to give like a brief rundown, you get placed on different projects throughout the year. So projects go from, depending on the company, like 2 weeks to could be like a couple months. But basically you're on all these different projects, and depending on what the project wants, you like do certain things. But in general, the gist is they will give you data about their company, and then you will come up with solutions with that data. So like lots of Excel analysis, sometimes we use Tableau. Like personally for my company, I know other companies do it differently. Some companies use SQL to do data analysis, and then after we do this analysis, we kind of clean the data and then present it in a PowerPoint. So it's a lot of making slides and stuff like that. And a lot of, actually a big part of this job is interviewing people. So interviewing basically experts in the space who can tell you more about the industry. And I didn't actually know that was a huge part of the job, but that is a big part of the job. And just like market research and stuff. So that's kind of a gist. Also lots of meetings, like client meetings and meetings with your team and stuff like that. But that's like basically a day-to-day.
So it sounds like you need to be good at like speaking with other people, communication skills, also some like data analysis skills. You were involved in a business fraternity at Berkeley. Is that how you got interested in consulting, or like how did you become interested in this field?
The reason kind of why I chose to go in this direction was kind of a trial and error with a bunch of different industries. So yeah, I was in a business fraternity. I was pretty involved my sophomore, kind of junior year, but not as involved my senior year. But basically a big part of that was them kind of teaching me about consulting, and like a lot of our, we don't call it pledging, but training process to get in involved making slides, doing a lot of things that consultants do now. So I think that's what got me, I don't know about interested, but introduced into the field. But yeah, before consulting, I did finance and I also did data science. So like I did 2 internships in that field, and I was like, not sure if this is for me, like let's try something else. I feel like consulting would be good. And then I ended up doing consulting. I really like it, honestly. I think matches my skill set better than the other two I was in. So yeah.
So you double majored in economics and data science at Berkeley. Do people who are interested in getting into consulting, do they need those majors, or are there like other things that they could study in order to get involved in this field?
So in general, I think consulting as a whole doesn't require a certain major. So I know like at my company, I know people who were like liberal arts majors, I know people who are math majors and computer science majors and lots of econ majors, but I think a lot of economics does apply pretty well to my current job, just because you're thinking about, especially microeconomics, like the structure of a company and how they profit and stuff like that. But that's also, I think, things you can learn pretty easily on the job. So I don't think there's a genuine required major. I think it might be good to kind of showcase that you're good with data. And I think I did that through like a data science major, but you can do that with many different things like side projects or like clubs you're in or just like your major itself. I think that's kind of like an added plus, but it's not necessary, is what I would say. I would say if you're any major, you can get a job in consulting. It might be a bit more difficult if you're like a job that doesn't, or if you're a major that isn't as quantitative, but it's still definitely possible.
Okay. And so like if they're a major that isn't as quantitative, how do they like get those skills, or like do you do outside research, read some books about it? Like where do they get that knowledge from?
So I would say the best advice I can give for recruiting in general for consulting is make sure you do a lot of case prep. There's a lot of case studies out there and like case books. So for example, Case in Point is like a book that a lot of people use. I use it to case prep. There are like university MBA PowerPoint that go through cases and stuff. So like I'm sure you can find them online. They're pretty they're kind of like everywhere. I'd say case prep and also networking is really super important. So reach out to people through LinkedIn, like reach out to your network, ask for referrals, the classic, networking tips. Like, don't be afraid to ask people. And like, I think a lot of people are kind of afraid to do that because they think they're annoying, but it's honestly like, it's your job. That's your future. Like, just do it. Yeah, that's like my best advice. But yeah, lots of case books that you can go through and like just talking to people and asking them kind of what their experiences in the industry is always very helpful.
Yeah, always got to get those networking connections, you know? So you alluded to it a little bit, but with like internships throughout high school and college, do you have any advice for students looking for those kinds of internships, and what internship positions did you have?
So I would say advice for looking for consulting internships specifically is make sure you apply to a lot of them in general. Like more is always better. Like I honestly didn't think I could get this job, but like I applied anyways and somehow it worked out. So make sure, I think specific consulting, make sure you're in like a few clubs, make sure you maybe have leadership positions in those clubs so they know you can like be like talkative and social. I think decent grades are relatively important, like a high GPA. It doesn't have to be like a 3.9, but try to keep your GPA like above. In general, they say like above a 3.3. Yeah, I'd say that's probably the best, and lots of networking too to like secure an internship. So personally, my internships were in college. I'll just talk about like what I did before consulting. My sophomore year, I did a like sort of it was like a part-time internship while I was in school, and that was to see how like a startup kind of get their feet off the ground, like very low key, very chill. And then the summer after, I did a data science internship at a pharmaceutical company, where I was kind of coding the entire time. And then summer after that, I did a finance internship at another pharmaceutical company. And so now I'm in a consulting firm that focuses on tech and like telecom, which is kind of interesting because it has nothing to do with what I did before. But yeah, that's kind of my experience personally.
Okay, yeah, that's super cool to learn about how like you got to test out a bunch of different kinds of fields in consulting before actually getting your post-grad full-time position. So I feel like that's probably useful advice for like other students, like test out different kinds of things to see like what would fit the best.
It's almost just as important as like figuring out what you want to do. Like to get there, you have to figure out what you don't want to do. I think that's like very, very important, something people don't stress. In general, it's super important to try things out, and it's okay if you're not good at them or you don't like them. That just means you can like cross that off the list and then do something else. Like I knew, for example, in high school, I took AP physics and I hated it. I was like, all right, anything in Mechie, anything in like that area, like I think touching like a physics class, not gonna major. But
Yo,
yeah, just
me too. I was like AP physics, AP chem, and that was a big no.
yeah, I was like chemie, like later, like not happening.
No,
But yeah,
no, no.
making sure you like know what you don't like is like very, very important. I feel like people don't stress that enough, but
Okay, yeah, and I guess so my final question for you, for students who are like in high school or college and they're maybe interested in pursuing this field, how can they prepare now, or like how can they get started, dip their toes in?
So I would say in general, making sure that you kind of know what the industry is like. So maybe reaching out to people on LinkedIn, asking them what they do day to day, stuff like that. Making sure like you keep your grades up is pretty important. And I would say like if you're still choosing a major, like major in what you want and what you're passionate about, but like maybe do like a minor in econ if you can, or like a minor in stats or like data, like just to show that you can be like a little quantitative, because I think a lot of firms when they're recruiting really like that. Again, not a necessity at all, but like some firms like do care. I would also say making sure you're like good at speaking and kind of interacting with people. So joining clubs, like having leadership positions in those clubs. If you're in debate, I feel like it's probably like a super big plus, stuff like that. Oh, here's another thing. If you're in high school, I don't know if this is like good advice. A lot of consulting firms actually care a lot about like the rigor of the school that you're from. So like I know some really good ones only recruit from like the top schools, which is honestly a little problematic in my opinion, but that is kind of the case. I think it might be changing as the years go by. Like it's not as stringent now, but if you're in high school just like trying to get into a top college, if you want to do consulting, it's like kind of important. Like it's not like make or break it, but it's definitely a relevant factor, I would say.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, Cathy, for coming on here and giving your sage words of wisdom with your post-grad job. Cathy and I have a bunch of other videos together, so I will have those linked down below if you wanted to check those out as well. If you have any questions for me or Cathy, you can leave a comment down below and one of us will get back to you with a response. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you like this video to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, and also subscribe if you want to see more content from me. I post every single Sunday and Wednesday, so I will see you all then. Hello everyone! This is your last chance to enter my holiday giveaway. To thank you all so much for all of the support that you've shown me over the year, I will be giving away one $25 American Express gift card. To enter, please subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram at xrachel_lynn, and comment your answer to my question on the video and comment your Instagram handle. Today's question is, what are your goals for 2021? You have 3 chances to enter and have your name entered into the random raffle draw. You can comment on 1, 2, or all 3 of the following videos, which will be linked below. The Week in My Life vlog that was posted on December 20th, the puppy's first snow video, which was posted on December 23rd, or comment on this video that you're watching right now. I will be announcing the winner of my giveaway in my video on December 30th, 2020, so good luck everyone!